Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, my guys? Welcome to the stream. Let me turn down the lights because this is like very bright. There we go. No, I still look like I'm a ghost. Let me try doing that and then maybe that and then better. That's better. What's going on, my guys? Good to be back after 2 days, which is actually definitely a lot faster than I've been in the past. Let's just put it that way because I'm prone to taking breaks, but like I was saying, the streaming situation is pretty good. I still feel good about doing it, so we're gonna have this pattern for the foreseeable future. And also, since the month is over, the month of month of mechanical movements, March Madness of mechanical movements and mechanisms. There we go, or for short, is now over because March is no longer with us. We are in April now, but we're gonna keep the show going. And Yaya was basically the first to notice my new thumbnail on the Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna call it the CAD Model of the Day show from now on. Reason I'm calling it a show is because I want to have some variety. Not only will I be doing the model of the day, but I'll be also checking out what you guys are doing, and maybe I'll have some guests on and I'll talk with them. But yeah, video description needs editing. Oh yeah, true. I mean, I'll leave it there for right now because it has the what's it called? The giveaway. So that's still relevant. That's still open. But I'll get to it later. You know how I am. So yeah, we'll take it one step at a time. And that's of course Yaya. So good to see you, my man. Also, we got Joao. Also gave me a lot of resources for modeling. So I'm very indebted to him. He's been a great resource to me. And possibly I'll show some of the PDFs he's provided me over the past couple months and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll kick off by looking at this, and moreover, Yaya saying my description needs editing. Yeah, because of that, the mechanical movements. But this giveaway is still active, so I am still giving away the 5 CSWP credits. I'm planning to draw this Saturday, though I might extend it because I've been kind of doing a poor job at advertising it. So, we'll see how it goes. I'll see how many entrants there are later, and if need be, we'll extend the time for people to enter. It's not a hard and fast rule. Oh, trippy! I can see tons of copies of ourselves. But yeah, let's see what we've got going on here in the Discord. Yep, Yaya pointing out my new thumbnail. I appreciate that. Virus saying amazing stuff from Dassault Systems. Yeah, let's take a quick look here. Virtual platform for real-world water solutions. This is very interesting. Oop, did someone dink? Yeah, looks like some stuff here, but let me try and focus for a bit. I'm sure some of you know this already, but I actually do have ADHD, so if my focus is not sharp at times, that's the reason why. But anyway, okay, yeah, we got a lot of water, we know this. So I guess it's just I'm just trying to skim through this, not trying to read this whole thing. So I guess this is about fluid simulation, flow simulation, maybe CFD. It is very cool stuff. But yeah, Dassault Systems, especially with their Somulia stuff, has been showing some pretty cool stuff here. Let's see what's going on in Share My Work, because yeah, tons of stuff happened since last time. So yeah, by the way, something I will be going over today, since I think the actual CAD model of the day for today will be kind of short. I'm gonna basically make up time by going more into depth of this thing, So you guys may have remembered when I initially modeled this. You see, like the curve wasn't perfectly conforming last time. And you see, it worked all right, but I was about to post it, and I actually did post it on Twitter, and then I deleted the post because I thought of a way of making the curves perfectly conform to um, the follower, which I think you'll guys be very interested in looking at. So that's on the agenda for today. I described it, but I'll show you guys. LG and DNS being very sus right now, being sus in his biology class. He's got an Among Us character there. And Virus also trying the example out for himself. Why are my contacts not working? Plenty of stuff that will do. Sometimes like it can't solve the contacts out very well. So if things don't fit quite well, things will tend to fly through each other. We got Made for Making in the chat. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're just hanging out here. I'm just seeing what's been popping on the Discord. What else? So, for starters, I made a rotating cam. Okay, expectations versus reality. .mp4. That's... Oh gosh. Hold on. So it starts off there and it just shoots out. Dude shooting shuriken from his... I love it. That definitely seems pretty lethal if you pick up the speed a little bit, maybe sharpen the edges a little bit. But yeah. As I said in yesterday's stream, an engineer is the one who accepts the fact that trial and error is a must. Yeah, no, that's basically my stream in a nutshell. It's just me going through trial and error. And then, Yaya helping Virus out here. Yeah, that's interesting because it does seem... the profile does seem a little bit off when compared to mine, but it does seem to have space. Maybe increasing the frame rate, perhaps turning on precise contact would help with something like that. Ninja Star right there. There we go. And Made for Making, he was just the one in the chat right now. Let's see what he's been up to. Planetary Gears. Let's take a look. Very smooth animation, by the way. Very good work. And Duval, he'll probably show up in the... Yeah, oh yeah, Duval's here right now, actually. With his inline motor. Very nice animation there. We'll check that out again. Do you guys want to see, just for a special treat for you guys, hang on, you'll have to bear with me, because I actually have an animation of an engine out on YouTube, but it's not under Virtual Flat CAD. It was actually for one of my classes when I was in university. Just bear with me, I'll find it. We'll take a look at it. It's got barely any views, but most of my stuff don't have views anyway. But beside the point. I'll probably have to, we'll put this right here. Probably have to mute this because it's got copyrighted music, I think. But, this was, like 5 years ago when I wasn't that good at animating, but I was getting there, So this is the thing that I made. And then it's like some swing music comes up at that point. And I just have like a bunch of like animations. I spun it around. My computer wasn't very good either. Yeah, so yeah, this shot here took like an entire day to render. It was bad. And then yeah, it's motorcycle engine, or at least part of what I did in a group. But yeah, this was long time ago. But yeah, no, so I really love work like this. I've spent a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into stuff like this. Oh, Sebastian's in the chat. Good to see you. We're just, Man, you guys have been popping off here. We're just checking this out. And, wow, you 3D printing it. Let's see. Wow, that's actually very smooth. And see, it's like, is that a drill back there? Very nice. That's pretty good for 3D printed parts. Does it have sound? Yeah. Yeah, and it's actually it's actually pretty silent for something like this. I can hear a little bit of crunching in there. Killed the fire. Well, the the firing order of this thing is strange because it's crossplane. So if you look at Duvall's engine, you see, you know, it's up, down, down, up. They're oppositely opposed to each other. But this, on purpose, is crossplane, and that's what the X-plane badging means on it. So you see it says X-plane. But if you take a look at this, we have up, right, I'm sorry, let me take a closer. Yeah, I guess up, right, left, down. So instead of just being oppositely opposed, it's a cross. So the timings are going to be a little bit different, but they're correct in here. I promise you. But, Virus asking, cool, how did you deal with shrinkage? And shrinkage, not SLA printing. And then Virus saying, I thought all 3D prints shrink. They do, actually, because that's just kind of the nature of thermoplastic. It's just when you heat it up, it tends to expand a little bit, and then when it cools back down, it does contract. But for the most part, you know, especially with modern 3D printers, you don't have to worry about it that much because a lot of the times the slicer will take care of that deviation for you. Like for many of them, you'll say, "Oh, I'm printing with PLA," which has a, you know, somewhat constant shrink rate. You know, even regardless of the color. So a lot of slicers will take that into account. The way I do it is sometimes. Sometimes I have to print out more than once, and a lot of the times because you know, I goofed up the measurements or something like that. But you know, I used to actually have like a test block for my Mark Forge printer where I just had like, you know, a 1-inch like shaft, and then I had like a series of holes in a block. I called it the Swiss cheese block, and then this was, you know, a 1-inch shaft into a 1-inch, into another 1 inch, and then another one plus 1/1000ths. Plus 2/1000ths, plus 5/1000ths, etc. So I could actually test for a kind of fit that I wanted. So if I wanted like a slip fit, you know, I was like, oh, I need to oversize it like 15/1000ths of an inch or something. Made for making saying, yeah, warping FDM is minimal, only affects the first layer. Yeah, SLA printing tends to shrink more, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, it's you know, nowadays it's mostly taken care of. Like back in the pioneer days of 3D printing, like the machine was just doing what it's told. So a lot of the times you don't really know what you would get, but you know, a lot of that's been well, that's been taken care of with software. Pretty amazing. But yeah, anyways, amazing work with that. Ooh, 18 new messages. Oh, so yeah, I guess I should mention Yaya reminded me that I needed to put this this reaction in here. So yeah, if you type in comedy comedy tragedy, you can get this thing and react to stuff like that. That planetary gearbox is my final uni project, by the way. Wow, or part of. That's pretty good so far. I think you're gonna get a good mark on it. Good grade. Let's see. Oh yeah, this was Yaya saying that, you know, a decent rendering software. Yeah, and it's just a discussion going on here. I'm not gonna read through all of it, but I did want to show these. Yeah. So, Matrix render these in Blender. So there is some conversion process because Blender is specifically for meshed files. So you may have to save as STL or something like that. There might be plugins. Not particularly sure, but you know, those are some fancy renders. Lovely work there. Yeah, Virus agrees, and it's good stuff. And there's some memes. Very nice. Robin, a Robin, a Robin, a Robin. Oh, that's too good, man. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, I think I think that's about it in terms of the Discord. And I remind you, if you want to be part of this community, show off your work, you know, get your work seen on stream and stuff like that. You know, all you got to do is join, and you know, we're all nice to each other, so it's a good time. And you know, if you want to find any of my other social medias, they're over there. I know a lot of people come from Instagram, others from LinkedIn, and if they want to find my other stuff, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. I think that'll be pretty fun. But yeah, let's talk about first, before I do model of the day, the previous CAD model of the day. So let's get into SolidWorks here, and let's go 211. No, it's 276. It's this one. Let's get that assembly. Let's see. Oh, I guess I should have opened up the analysis. So let me do that. Open analysis. We'll take a look at the changes I did here. Yeah, currently I had the setup. I actually used this exact same setup to get the heart cam that I did yesterday using, you know, a similar method. But let me adjust this. Okay, so to recap. You know, you have these followers, right? You just model them, you know, any way you want to get this result here. I made that to a dummy part. The dummy part is mated with its axis, this axis, against this axis, so it spins in place basically. And then I have the follower mated to the dummy part, just like that. So it basically can go through the dummy part, but if it rotates the dummy part with it. So that's the setup. I kept the setup basically exactly the same. You know, and then going into the motion study, and I'll even just show this. Set up a motor for the dummy part such that it rotates once every 5 seconds. That's 12 RPM at constant speed. So, you know, I can even, let's suppress this just to see what that gives us. Oh, and I'm going to have to change the animation mode real quick, but, you know, it'll show us the same thing, basically. So let's get motion. Yeah, you need to be in motion analysis for trace path. But yeah, we have the same, oops, yeah, I just dumped that thing. So we have that rotating once every 5 seconds. But if you add the linear motor in, if I unsuppress, and let's take a look at how I configured this. You know, I have this oscillating, you know, this edge, you know, we're in the direction of the arrow, going back and forth 3 inches, 0.2 hertz, which is, I believe that's once every 5 seconds. So I'm probably gonna have to change that. Yeah, I made my own Ninja Star, dude. So yeah, so now that's functional. So the biggest change I did was in the trace path. Instead of picking a point that was out here, I just picked the center point. in there. So that is where the center of the follower passes through. And now if I go to my linear motor and adjust it such that it goes to 0.6 hertz and then rerun, that's, kind of the path that we got to. But if you look at it, it's kind of the same deal where this corner is kind of too sharp to accommodate this thing. But what you do at that point is, you can create a curve, create curve from path in new part, just like that. You want to start a new sketch, take this, and I believe it can offset straight from here. Let's see what that looks like. And sometimes it doesn't, I might have to convert it first after all. So convert, and then offset, and let's put a small value just to see if that works. Yeah, we'd like it towards the inside. Come on, I know I did it this way. Or maybe, why don't I give a new, cannot offset. Well, I guess, yeah, so I guess it doesn't work for all follower lengths. Wait, if this, so yeah, it does need to be offsetted towards the outside here. So I guess another thing you could do, so this is part about being a SOLIDWORKS expert. I want to get the offset curve, right? And it's just not giving it to me. It's just being annoying. So remember, part of being a SOLIDWORKS expert is having multiple ways to do things. And I actually have another idea for this. Joe, I was saying I have a total of 0 knowledge in motion. You got to start somewhere. I certainly wasn't born with all this, with all the knowledge beforehand. So something is up with this contour, actually. So sketch, if I do this, it might be just like a bad sketch or something like that. Oh, thin features on. Oh, if thin features on, that means I can repair sketch. That's interesting. Why are those not touching? I don't like that. So that's definitely our issue here. Oh, gross. Why do you do this to me? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly why that would be caused. What would cause that? You see that? But what we can do is notice that this thing is symmetric about 3 parts. We can't use this one because there's something up with it, right? But I can drop a center line like that and a center line like this, and maybe we can go back to our first method now that we've discovered what's wrong. Say that this is 120, right? And then I can trim like that, and I bet we can offset this to whatever value we want. Hooray! So let's try that. Too funny. So I forget. So basically it has to be the follower radius. So if I do this value, then the follower has to be 20 millimeters. But I think I put 0.875 of an inch, so I can do over 2 for the radius and then in. So it should be that, and make the base construction. And I could turn this into a closed contour, I bet. This is not the way I did it. When I did it, the path just ended up being just perfect. But, this is also a good example of how to troubleshoot. So we have that, and then now we can circular pattern about this. bodies, this, set to 3. And that's basically what we need. We combine all those together. And that shape, so now you can even see the blue path is where the centers of the is where the center of the follower will be, and it just rubs up against this thing. So hopefully that was, you know, kind of informative. I know I came into a little a little bit of a technical difficulty, but you know, that's the thing. You can't let yourself get stopped by that kind of stuff. But I did tell you that I had another idea. So I want to try that out, and maybe I'll try it with that. And then I guess, you know, what you do afterwards, you know, you put it into the you know, you save this body out, put it back into the assembly, and for this I did a new assembly like this, motion study, and this time, let's see, why is rotary no, okay, yeah, you put the motor on and contact between these two bodies. Made for making, saying, really was. Troubleshooting is such an underrated skill in CAD modeling. Yeah, I totally agree. It's, you know, if you... That's a thing. It's like, with CAD modeling, you know, so many things can go wrong, and you have to have those skills to, you know, kind of find out why. CAD for you saying, hello? Hi, CAD for you. Welcome to the stream. Hope you find this informational, and you know, sit back, relax, and have a good time. We're just playing around with SolidWorks Motion here before I get to the actual model for today. So, by the way, the model for today, I think I'm just gonna make an Easter egg, like a literal Easter egg. But because today is April 1st, it's April Fool's Day, so I want to make an Easter egg and then, you know, make a posting. Hey guys, I found an Easter egg in SolidWorks. And then, you know, it's just like a literal Easter egg. So, you know, you're in on the joke now. You can laugh at me for having such a dumb joke, but, you know, we'll just roll with it. But yeah, but before we get to the Easter egg, you know, wanted to explore these a little bit. Another thing we can try, so let me go back to analysis. Let me see if I can actually make I'm just like, let me inspect some of these stuff first. So that should be perfect. Roll with the egg. Eggs do roll. They do that. Yeah, this all seems correct. Like, that is with respect to the... Just not sure why there's like an inconsistency there. But anyway. And Yaya's rolling his eyes. Seems about right. I wanted to make a version of this. So let's see if we can make like a 5-lobed version of this. Like that. So we have this. Let's make a new part with this. Create curve a new part. He loves to roll. I do. Yeah. I mean, I basically have last year's, you know, if I launch a new thing of SolidWorks, I think this is what I did for April Fool's last year. It's like pretend there was like a vaporwave edition of SolidWorks you can have. So that was fun. But let's see. So if I convert, do I get the same issue? So we hit repair sketch. I don't know. For some reason, the same issue. That is very, very strange. But you know, we can go for the same workaround pretty much. And I'll show you the next method. that I was thinking of. It might not even work, so we'll see. So, you know, let's get this, and then say 72 degrees. And I can actually make those solid, turn this into convert, and then trim the excess away. And now that should be, good. I can extrude that to however thick I want. And let's get this 5. All right, and then we combine. So that appears to be a tangent edge, which is good. That's what I would expect. So if I turn tangent edges off, those should disappear. All right, so this thing is totally smooth, which is a requirement of this next technique here. So remember, what I made here is the exact path. So this is where the center of the follower goes through. So it's too big. But what I want to try to do is this. I'm going to model the follower like that. And I'm going to be mixing units. I apologize. So that's the follower that has to follow this path. And we'll extrude that as well. And I might overbuild this. So it doesn't matter how deep it has to be. It just has to be wider than all of this. And centered about there. Yeah, I could do move face too. Whatever way you want to accomplish that with. But you want something like this. And normally, you know, I would try to use this next path for this next step, which is a sweep. But this is the one I copied over, so it's not good. So I'm going to hide that and hide the original as well. So for the sweep path, I'm just going to sketch on this face and hit convert. And what that should do is, you know, basically take an imprint of like the fixed version of this. Yep, and Yaya is right on the nose here. Swept cut. So I can use a swept cut with that with that path. So path, sketch 4. So that's the thing I copied here. Yeah, and it's gonna be like machining it, made for making. Exactly. Because in cut sweep, you actually have 3 options. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. So let me back out. If you go to swept boss, there's only 2. For swept cut, there's 3. And the third one is solid profile. So the path, let's choose this. And for the profile, you actually select an entire body. And let's see if show preview will work. Oh, nothing's happening. If I do profile twist here, I might want to set up an axis for it to align itself. Because when you sweep through something like this, sometimes the profile wiggles a little bit. So, you know, we'll set up this axis here. Swept cut, solid, this. And I might have to do a fit spline if this still doesn't work. That would be my next thought. And then options, specify direction vector. Now it'll align itself along there. So let's see what this does. Do we get the error or do we get a result? Sweep operation failed to complete. Well, shoot. That really stinks. And one thing I can do here, fit spline. Get a fit spline to close all of these up so there's no more seams basically. and delete geometry. And I might just have to fix this spline in place because there's nowhere to grab it except that. And it's just for demonstration purposes. Let's try it again. Swept cut, solid. And still nothing. Well, I don't have a show preview here. So this is about the best case I can make it. Well, shoot, that stinks. I guess another thing you could try. Yeah, but so the thing is, move face depends on, well, I guess that could work. Basically, if you can't offset in a sketch, move face will also fail because it uses the same engine. But, you know, I didn't try it on this one, so. Move face, select tangency. Yep, so that will work as well. But the fact that this works means that I could have just offsetted it in the sketch. So there's really nothing to gain. I was hoping to show something cool. Yeah, but a 5-lobed version would look something like that for that particular follower size. Which I think would stall, actually. Yeah, I don't think that would work all that well. Yeah, but that is about how it would look. And we can keep playing around with it. Oop. Yeah, something like that. And, you know, I won't bother decorating it. This is just to sate our own curiosity. So let's suppress that. And then insert this. Let's grab that and say with the front plane of the assembly, let's be careful here. We have a centerline axis with this. And it would start somewhere like there. I don't know if this would work. I'm thinking these are too shallow and it would bind, but let's see. Okay, so that's functional. Seriously, Rob's Ninja Star of the Day. I just keep posting these. They're too funny. There we go. Hello. Oh, I mean, I could actually stop. I could actually change it to this. Okay, that's working way too good. No way. Honestly, I didn't expect this result. But it's a good. I didn't expect this. So, you know, turns out you can, at least in softwares. I mean, I would like to try and 3D print it and actually use it I just like think that, you know, it's pushing on it almost or here. So if I go markup, yeah, this will be fine. So the follower wants to go this way, right? Like that. But it's pushing on it like this. So that's where the force direction is. If you look at the normal of that, of this contact point. So it's trying to push this thing this way, but it's trying to push perfectly horizontal by pushing it like that. That's like trying to open a door by like pushing on its hinge, pretty much. I wouldn't expect that to work pretty well. That's a poor transmission angle, so I wouldn't expect this thing to work very well outside of software. But it is interesting, you know. Yeah, but I really wanted to show you the solid profile. Yeah. And I guess I did promise that I would show, you know, a little bit of the secret sauce of how I do rope. You know, rollers would help the transition surely. Yeah, and I guess that's what these things are kind of representing. They don't roll in the simulation, but it's like a thing on a shaft. But yeah. So how do I want to do this next part? Hi, says Moose. Well, hello, Moose. Welcome to the stream as always. You know, we're just goofing off before we do our actual work. You know, much like university. Let's see. So I want to show you some rope, right? Let's get a center slot. And this is a radius of maybe 6 inches. And this of 36. Okay, so I'm gonna put like a rope here eventually. So let's save this. Rope base. Let's get this into an assembly, even though there's like really nothing yet. Right, I gotta go. Good night, y'all. See ya on Discord. Yep, same dude. Thanks for hanging out. Put this here. And now the way I ended up doing the actual rope, let's see. Let me get a plane like right here. You sketch on this plane and let's get a line out here. So I draw it off to the center because I want to get a pierce relation like that. And this vertical will be problematic. Well, yeah, it is problematic right now. Because I want the true length of this thing, like that. You know, I'm just throwing in some numbers. So that's like gonna be the half the width of your rope, more or less. Let me turn this back vertical, and I'll leave it like that. Now what we want to do is go to our surfaces, our swept surface. So we got that as a profile. This is the path. And I don't see any preview yet, which is a little bit concerning. What if I put twist on it, which is the next step? Let's see. Specify twist value. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, I guess the preview was off or something. Oh, show preview. Thank you. Yeah, just tried move face with a sketch that didn't offset. Yeah, that makes sense. So always good to test that stuff. You know, you shouldn't just you know, take people's word for stuff. But yeah, my understanding is that offset you know, move face and the offset command use the same underlying math to generate those curves. And yeah, so if one fails, I would expect the other to fail. This is kind of the way it is. So I have this thing going on. So I put that tiny line swept along this path, and as many twists as I possibly can put. And unfortunately, it caps out at 100, which is not a lot. So that's one of the limitations of this. If the rope is on a very long path, the twist won't be very tight at all, and you know, the rope effect won't look very convincing. Alright, so now we have this scraggly thing, right? At this point, I want a 3D sketch, and then grab the outer loop. So I said select open loop. I want to convert that. And if I go to weldments, as expected, weld bead is turned off, and that's what actually makes the trick work, is weld bead. And that's because there's no solids in here yet. So what I like to do, you just get a sweep of the circular profile and just turn this really small so it has the best chance of completing. And even then it... Okay, so it looks like it put it there. So now there should be a sweep going along at least one part of this. Oh, it didn't like that. Oof. I wonder if I can just... Do I even need a sweep? That's the way I was doing it before, but I wonder if any... but scale worked fine, obviously. Oh yeah, so I guess, yeah, scale is pretty robust, but you know, scaling it is not the exact answer either. You know, if you're gonna do that, you might as well do what I did the thing prior. You know, have it close enough, and it could work, but it won't be like an exact follow, because it's, you know, you need the actual offset. Oh yeah. It's good stuff though. Good to try. So I wonder if I just throw a dummy cube in here, or just dummy whatever. So if I go back to weldment, so weld bead is now active, and which is exactly what we want. So weld path, yeah, yeah, you know me, man. Weld bead, weld path, and I should be able to click that 3D sketch. So now you see those going, and now in this, you basically type in the diameter of the strand, and you might have to play around with it. Let's see what that looks like. And you have to turn the view of weld beads on. So it might have to be thicker, actually. And actually, once the weld beads are in there, you can actually suppress this. So you just need a solid just to actually get the weld bead in there. And then, you know, it kind of looks terrible with that black. Let me see if I can try and fix that. Hold on, I need something to actually apply an appearance to. Add. Sure, we'll have pink rope. Why not? But yeah, and this is like the glitchiness that I was talking about in my presentation. It just does not. Yeah, that's strange. When I click on it, and highlight it, it gets its appearance, but other than that, it turns black. So it's very hit or miss. But yeah, two ways I can fix like the loose nature of it. I can actually make, if I go to weld folder, I can change the thickness of this weld bead. Maybe make it a little better. Yeah, you know, it looks alright. But ultimately, what I might do is make this path shorter. So that should make the coils a lot tighter because it's only revolving around this 100 times. So you see a lot of limitations with this, which is why I don't like parade this around like this is the way to do rope, because it's a janky way to do rope if anything. But yeah, if I go take all that work into the assembly, and you need to show weld beads, and now let's view sketch. I'll leave the sketches on. We need a dummy part, so insert. I'll use a dummy part from the other time. You know, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, and there's the appearances. Like now, oh, now it doesn't want to be pink anymore. Let's get that original sketch. So this edge and this edge will be mated. Oh shoot, I guess I should make these two vertices together, and then I can do this just to make it easier to see. And now we should have this cube that just does that. But now I go into the sketch with the tiny line in it that does all the twisting. So let me go into this. So save and continue. Yep, we'll do that. Sure, why not? So this vertical relation, you click it or right click on it, and you can actually toggle the suppression of relationships. Did you know you could do that, by the way? You can actually suppress sketch relations. Very interesting. But now what we can do is say this edge and this need to be collinear. So now when the cube rotates, this thing will rotate in place and will create the barbershop pole illusion that I alluded to in my presentation. And that's about it. Now you just gotta go into motion study, and you have to leave it in animation because it needs to rebuild. You get a rotary motor. Might have to get the select other on this. That's so stinky. Let me see if I can hide a lot of that stuff. And I probably should hide that surface. Make it a bit easier on myself. Surface. Hide. There we go. Go back. We'll set a motor. I don't know why it's not letting me. That's so stinky. I don't want to. I'd really rather get it along the center. Well, let's see if I do that. That's probably going to mess things up. We'll see. Oh, that's gross. So now we should have nothing. Yeah, let's go make an axis. Sometimes you gotta, just to make things easier to select. So what I can say is open part in position, and just go to axis, and then click this edge. And then now we have like a line item that we can actually pick. It's full of jankiness. Let's get another motor. And the dummy part, grab the axis. There we go. That wasn't so hard. And now, so now this cube should be rotating about that center. And with it, it's taking that line, which actually adjusts the offset of the rope. So let me see if I can just, frame rate might be a little too low. You can see the rope moving a little bit. Let's see. We'll just let that go. And we'll see. Yeah, as you can see, very computationally expensive. Just a lot of issues with this method, and I don't think it's the answer to you know, getting rope to work in the 507 movements thing. I might have to try something else. Like, honestly, I do want to learn Blender at some point. There are some really cool animations done with it. Oh, this is so painful. But it's almost there. So we do that. Can actually hide that. Hide the sketches. And play. Yeah, you can see it moving just a little bit. Let me turn this like this. And I'll zoom in. Because I don't think anyone's even going to use this method anyway. It really stinks. I invented it, but it stinks. Yeah, but you can actually see that advancing a little bit. And that's the rope method. For what it's worth. Yeah, I keep my promises. Well, if I don't forget. Sometimes I forget. But I don't forget on purpose. That's the thing. I always try and, you know, give you guys the best value for your time. You know, you guys spending your time here is like huge. What keeps the channel going and growing. So I think I'm gonna do how long have I been streaming at this point? Come on. Like an hour at this point? So yeah, now's a good point to transition. Moves with a whoosh. We got it done. Sebastian says it's cool. Yeah, it's interesting. So now let's make an egg. So I'll start with like a style spline, like this. "62 minutes. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I want to keep this between the 1 hour and 2 hour mark. Like I want to put a lot of content, but I don't want it to be like overbearing. Like I think 3 hours is too long. How big is an egg? 2? Sure, why not? Well, that should be horizontal, and this as well. Let's see how that works out. Oh, that is pretty egg-shaped, so it's let's decorate it. You know, I think that's probably going to be most of our effort here. And by the way, just because the mechanical movement just because the mechanical movement month is over doesn't mean I'll never do it again. So if you subscribe for more mechanical movements, don't worry. We got a lot more coming down the pipeline. I'll probably just aim to get, one mechanism done every 3 days or something like that. It's just that once every day pace is very difficult to sustain, especially with like a full-time job. But, I like giving people the stuff they like. Egg. I kind of want to make this. Wider, and then this shorter. Okay, that's a pretty good egg. So I guess the question is, like, how do I want to decorate it? I might, well, whoosh squared. I concur. How about we shell this thing? We can have an inside. I think that'd be kind of funny. So there you go. This egg is hollow. So yeah, that's another. I mean, I know there's a lot of experienced people in the chat, so you might have already known this, but a lot of people think you have to put something in the argument for shell. But if you leave this blank, it'll just shell the entire body. So you don't actually have to put a face in that box. All right. And actually, what I think will be pretty cool. Here we go. Let's get some text. Can you get some Arial around it? Sure. You know what I'm gonna do is like an actual Easter egg. So it'll be like a joke inside of a joke. Like at first it'll be like, "Hey, I found an Easter egg in SolidWorks," and then it'll just be an egg, right? But within this egg is gonna be an actual Easter egg. If I choose to make these models public in the future, it might be discovered. But this is just between us right now. But I'm just gonna put the names of the people who've participated in the chat today. Oh god, why is it backwards? Well, I mean, I could just switch the, oh, shoot. Let's do... I might have to make these a little smaller because there's a lot of people participated today. Joao. I don't see... Here, let me see if I can copy a little character in your name. Hopefully it's compatible with this line. There we go. Joao. With a D, not an S. I need like SpongeBob teaches typing or something like that. And made for making. And then Sebastian. Wait, well, I could just copy and paste from here. And I guess, let me make this smaller. I'll use people's full, their YouTube names at least. Oh, by the way, if you object, if you don't want your name, just let me know in the chat. Remove it. But I think it'll be like a pretty cool. It's like, these are the OG, people that stuck with me. The early days of streaming. Kind of like how people put the names of their Patreon supporters at the end of videos. Look at that. I might do a deboss with a wrap feature. We'll see. We'll see how that works. And then Cab for You said hi, so you get to be in there. There we go. Okay, so that's I already got him. Made for making. Oh yeah, good old Moose. We gotta get Moose in here. Moose, get in here. There we go. Sebastian, Moose. Too Tall Toby said that once that sketch lines have directions depending on their start and end points. Oh, good to know. I mean, there's things that can flip it and stuff like that, like I just did. Yeah, there we go. I think these are the dudes. My best homies. And here, I'll put that there. I might get a center line just to help with even better placement. So let's get the and now we should be able to do that. Oop. I might have to make that line longer. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. I forgot to center justify it, didn't I? Alright. If anyone who's lurking right now wants to get in on this, just say hi to me in the chat. I'll put you in here. Just so you know that you were with me since the very beginning. Yeah, well, this doesn't have to be like perfectly centered because I'm planning to use wrap. We'll see how that works out. Here, let me save. Today's number 511, Easter egg. Alright, so let's see what wrap wants to do for us. So this is gonna have to be spline surface. And let's do a very gentle deboss. 50 thousandths on this. Whoa, that is cool. That's so cool, dude. You can take the Veter out to get smaller. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think this is awesome. You crack this egg open. Oh, I could actually stand to make this even. What I do want to do is actually make it just a lot shallower. I might even do just 10 thou or 5 thou. Let's do 5. Yep, you're immortalized, dude. It'll be our secret. Oh, I mean, if you want to tell someone, you know, that's cool. You know, tell your mom that you got into an Easter egg of some YouTube CAD streamer. Very strange sentence, but, you know, here we are. Oh, I gotta get out of section mode. Fine. There we go. We still gotta decorate it, but this is something. Well, good to tell you, Matt, but you know, I'm feeling generous. I'll put your name in there too if you want. I was basically done with the feature, but watching YouTube to help me with SolidWorks and autoplay brought me here. Oh, thanks. Thanks for hanging out, but also thanks, I guess, YouTube for you know, being on top with with the recommendations. You know, that stuff helps a lot. You know, I'm sure you guys already know that, you know, hundreds of years worth of YouTube videos, get uploaded every single day, and there's no way you could even hope to watch it all before you die. So you need recommendations. Yeah, YouTube algorithm. That's too. I'll totally do that. Yeah, because we got DTMX10, who's like, oh hi, so he gets to be in here too. Okay. YouTube home algorithm. I might have to make this a hair smaller. And I'll just add my FBI agent. You know that meme where everyone has an FBI agent assigned to them? So I think, you know, I'll thank him for watching my stream too. This is so funny. I love this so much. My FBI agent. Let's see if this will complete, or I might have to make this a hair smaller. Just thinking about it. Thankfully, making it shallower will definitely help with the completion of this feature. Uh-oh, I got the spinny. Let's see. There we go. It worked out. So these are the guys who were here that these are the guys who were here when I made this. And I save all my models. I don't post them publicly, but you know, that could change in the future. Joel was saying, "Ooh, I saw the video of your Surface. I haven't passed yet. I'm going to make the Surface and Professional certificate again. I was missing segment 1 and 3. Oh yeah, no problem, dude. And actually, you know, here, let me show you something cool. Be right back. Hang on." Okay. Alright, I'm back. Did you miss me? So let me show you something here. So when you pass a SOLIDWORKS certification, of course, you're awarded the certificate, right? But you're never mailed like a physical copy of a certificate. So I don't have most of my certificates printed out. But I do have one. And it's the one for surfacing. So let's take a closer look at that. Hey, January 31st, 2016. And that date is significant because that is the date of SOLIDWORKS World 2016. When you go to SOLIDWORKS World, they actually hand you a free credit of whatever you want to take, pretty much. And what's important to note about this, why I've kept it for so long and, you know, put out this little plastic thing. This was my second time taking the surfacing exam. The first time I took it, I completely failed. It was like not even close. And I think I mentioned that in the channel before, but I completely failed the first surfacing exam. But when I went to SOLIDWORKS World, you know, I had like very cold feet, I guess I would say. Because, it, you know, several months passed and I kept studying, but still I thought, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. I need to study more and more and more. And then I went to SOLIDWORKS World 2016. They said we'll give you a free credit of something. I already had the professional exam, and the surfacing was the only one I studied for. It was the first one I was trying to get. So I didn't want to waste a credit. So I was like, you know, let's just go for it, you know. And I got perfect score the second time. So I know a lot of you guys are watching or may watch this later after the stream is done. Um, if you fail your exam, keep your chin up. You don't want to let your crown slide off because you're all kings or queens, whatever applies. And just keep studying, and when you feel you're ready, just keep going. You can take multiple times. Sebastian saying, I don't have any SOLIDWORKS certification yet, but I'm on the way to start my certification journey soon. That's awesome, dude. Let me know when you start. I can definitely, get you some resources, help you out, just like the dude who, he missed his CSWE by one question, and I was like, oh, but if you think you know what you did wrong, you can ask them to take a look. And they awarded him his CSWE, and he is, as far as I know, the youngest certified SOLIDWORKS expert in Turkey at the age of 17. So that's what the community is about. It's just helping each other out. If you know something that could help someone out, just speak up, and someone can benefit. So that's my little spiel. Matt's saying I aced my CSWE in the design class last week. Good luck. Oh yeah, that is awesome, dude. I remember, in college when I took my design class, it was the same thing. I remember passing that and just immediately getting hooked. It's like, what's the next step? And then, yeah, it's just like I passed it. I went to my professor. It's like, all right, what's the next step? And it's like, next step? You just do the rest of your... Like, no. I saw there was more. It's like, oh, but we don't give those out. So I was like, okay, I'm guessing doing it on my own. I was saying, thanks for the VIP access. It allowed me to take the exams for free. That's awesome. Yeah, and for those of you who don't know what he's talking about, 3D Experience World 2021 gave me an official, I felt like a superstar, an official, like, virtual flat CAD, coupon code, so you can get a VIP access for the conference, and with that came, free exam credits. So that's pretty cool. Same feeling I felt after I took my CSWE. Yeah, it's intoxicating, man. Like, once you hit it, what's the next step? And it's just like, feeling like, wow, I've really have come so far. What's next? I asked myself that same question too, and you'll be surprised to learn that there is a next step after the CSWE, but it's not for everyone. And the reason I say that is the Certified SOLIDWORKS Expert is the highest certification you can achieve as a customer. And those last two words are important, as a customer. So it turns out, if you start working for a SOLIDWORKS reseller, there is about 30 more exams you can take and become certified in. Everything from simulation to visualize to MBD. Any package of SOLIDWORKS has a corresponding certification. There is a trainer certification that certifies you to teach official SOLIDWORKS classes, and that culminates in what Yaya just posted right now, the Elite AE. I have mine right here. See if I can carefully extract it without dropping it and destroying my foot, because this thing weighs about 3 pounds. You can't really see it. Oh no, the lighting. I promise this thing has my name on it. I got this in 2018, about a year after I started working for the SOLIDWORKS reseller. So, yeah. But once you get this, they're really... Oh, go full screen. Doi. That doesn't make me... Oh, come on. There you go. You can kind of see. It's just so reflective. See, Lead Application Engineer, my name, and then the year, 2018. I attended a 3D Experience World event and was on my last days of my career, and I registered myself as a professional, so I couldn't get access to vouchers for students. What a tragedy. Oh, that stinks. That stinks, dude. you know, make sure you. Let's see. Yeah, why don't you send me a DM of what exams you need to take? I might. Let's see. I might be able to do something. Maybe at least get you entered in the giveaway. You know, first off, but we'll see. Might be able to help. But yeah, but it turns out after you get Elite AE, there's really nothing. There's really nothing after that, I would say. There is clearing the board, so that is trying to get all possible achievements, of which there are like, you know, I would say there's 40 or 45 of them, and I ended up getting like 30 out of 45. But a lot of those are just specialists, and you know something that my reseller just didn't sell. Like one of it is Circuit Works, which we didn't sell or support. So you know, there's not really any way I could train myself there. But you know, I really transitioned into just going, you know, putting more of my time into YouTube and helping people out there that need it the most, and that's been gratifying. So I guess my next step is just, you know, becoming like an educator and helping you guys out, you know. DTMX10 saying, I am currently a student and I got my credits, thankfully. I've only been using SolidWorks since last November. Ooh, very impressive. But I've been throwing hours at it. Got 2 more advanced to get before I can try for... That is impressive, man. Only 2 more before you get the CSWE? Very nice. Very nice. Moose saying, what's the best way to help learner prep for CSWA? Going through SolidWorks help content? I mean, that could help. But, you know, other than, you know, going through my videos, you know, I have a tips video on the CSWA specifically and the CSWP. By Google searching, you know, SolidWorks exercises, you know, and just kind of doing the stuff you see there, you know, can really help you out, because part of it is like not only knowing the SolidWorks commands and stuff like that, but the others are it's all about attention to detail, I would say. It's reading a print drawing and you know, just really paying attention to the changes. Yeah, my SolidWorks is, I'd say, a great value. It's not free though. So my SolidWorks has training courses that will, you know, prep you for the basic things. As far as I could tell, if you can commit the time, I think it's like $360 US dollars a year, which kind of sounds like a lot, but you know, if you think about it, if you can pay just 1 year of it and then really study your butt off and then clear the exams, like I got to remind you guys, the exams, the certificates are lifetime. So you became a certified expert once, you're forever an expert. You know, you don't have to renew it. On Pinterest, I have seen that. Yeah, Sebastian. There's a lot of, you know, just like looking at, you know, like those print drawings, and I think I've done a couple of those on my Instagram. I'm gonna have a couple of them posted. You know, if you allow me to take a detour. Definitely way back before I did the mechanical movement stuff. It's funny how in Instagram they arrange it in such a way that I just have to like scroll down like, you know, 3 scrolls and I'm back to before I started the mechanical thing. This feels like such a long time ago, but not. Let's see. Yeah, so something like this. I think I posted the... So exercises like this are particularly helpful. You can find stuff like this. Like, it doesn't have to be a standard orthographic, and yeah. So here I just did, you know, whoop. Yeah, just did my best. So there's one. I think I do another one earlier too. This song bops, yo. I'll turn it up. yeah, I guess in general, just like, you know, modeling often, you know, so if you have a 3D printer, just solve the little problems in your life. You know, don't have anywhere to put your headphones, model like a little headphone mount. Definitely worth your time. You always learn new things. But yeah, let's go back to our egg. Back to our egg. Oh, and I actually have a new dude here, Brandon. Yeah, I didn't see your comment. I attended 3D Experience, got the free vouchers, but I failed on the CSWP. It's all good, my dude. You got the experience, you know what it looks like. The models don't change very much, by the way, so just use what you remember. Prepare. You know, after the cooldown resets, if you can get a credit from somewhere, or you outright buy one, you'll be much more prepared the next time. But yeah, great stuff. And of course, on the Discord, and actually, you reminded me of something. I'm like so distracted. Let me do one thing at a time. I want to add this dude's name here first. Brandon, thanks for coming along. You get to be immortalized in the egg. You're in the egg now. So while that churns, let's go back to here. Let me create a new text channel. And I'll call it CAD exercise. Is that the way you spell exercise? Hang on, I'm really bad with English. Even though it is my first. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. Oh, drat. Come on. Copy. Pasta. There we go. Library. And yeah, check if you can see this, because search from Matrix. I know Matrix posted some stuff. Oh, hey, we got an unexpected guest. Canepa. Yeah, dog just walked into my space. Okay, but she's doing her own thing. Sorry, very distracted. But what I want to do, yeah, he did these detailed drawing exercises. Can I move these messages? Copy message link. We can see it. Great, great. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. So make sure. I want to make sure, you know, Matrix gets his credit for, you know, bringing these. So let's save. So this, save. This, do this automatically save. This. Go back to this. And go to my downloads. So the idea of this new channel being, if you find like a PDF with like exercises and you want to show people, you know, let's put it in this CAD exercise library channel. I think that'll be very useful. Matrix for finding these. There we go. So if you want to have some practice, you know, check back on this channel. I'll go look through my old hard drives, because I'm sure I've downloaded many, you know, an exercise. So if I find some of those old ones, I'll throw those in here too. So whoever wants to consume it can do just that. Oh, that's a good question. I should have asked. Thanks, guy. Yeah. So make sure if you can get on the Discord. Oh yeah, and I know Joel's got a lot of stuff. I'll put that stuff here, or if you want to join and put that stuff on yourself, that's totally up to you. But I think it'll be pretty cool for have the thing filled with things that you can look at. So let's see what this looks like. Oops. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, because what you want to practice is not only the SolidWorks stuff, it's also reading a drawing. I have to join. Should be over the weekend. Oh, and if you want, Moose, I definitely think it's in your best interest to, join us here on the Discord so you can, talk with the other fellows. But if you don't want to do that, I totally understand. Just, DM me or any of these guys. You have them on social media. And, I can get these to you one way or another. But I think this is cool. All right. Let's go back to the egg. All right. I'm going to rename this feature to Awesomeness. Save. Yeah, no problem, Moose. We're here to help each other out. Okay, so how do I want to decorate this egg? Can you run performance about? Oh yeah, that'd be kind of funny. Yeah, I bet that awesomeness is gonna be taking a lot of resources. Yeah, it takes 20 seconds to rebuild, which is pretty bad. Rodrigo's saying, I agree that your Surface video was really helpful. It was probably just the last thing I saw before taking the exam, and it helped me a lot. I'm really glad. That's awesome. I think that's among the most trickiest exam. And yeah, other than the mold making. Hello, we have a visitor. Wanna say hi? We have another visitor. I'll put the full. So this is a different dog. This is Canepa. And she's my design assistant. She's like, what are you doing, human? You can do whatever you want. You can sit here on my lap, or if you want to go and sit on the bed, that's cool too. It's hard to see, but she's very stretched out. Does it go that low? Kinda. You can kind of see her there. As long as you're comfortable, my dude. Yeah, she's so good. This is one of the dogs we rescued from the streets, and it's really heartbreaking to think why such a cute dog would be, left all alone. Are you comfortable? I think so. She's not she's kind of settled in. So let's put this back here. Can hang out with the chat. You want down? Here, I can put you down. No need to stay here if you don't want to. Okay, alright. Let's get this back here. But yeah, this performance evaluation is kind of funny. Might even want to freeze it. Right, I'll do that once I create another feature. I'm thinking maybe a zigzag stripe pattern. Let's see. was seeing from the top equals, let's say that this is like 36 degrees. These should be equal. Oh, do you want out? Here, I'm gonna go let Kanepa out. One sec. Wanna go out or? Yes, no, maybe so. Well, you just want to, you just want my attention. I'll be done with my stream soon. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. Getting derailed here, but you know how these things are. So I can say polka dots and lightning strikes. I could probably do that. Let's see, how do I want to do this? 0.5 maybe? 0.3. I have Kanepa under the desk right now. And I could say circular sketch pattern. And I only need these. And since I did 36, I need 10 instances. So we can start with that. My uncle decorated a van like that. It's kind of cool. You know, there's back in college, there were these guys that bought a van for like $500 US, which is basically nothing. You know, that's like, you know, the price of like a guitar or something like that. Bought an entire van and went on a road trip. It was crazy, but I was a little bit jealous at the same time. It was pretty cool. Yeah, Kanepa's wandering off. Let's get a split line. This is gonna be interesting. I might have to. Yeah, single direction's not gonna help me here. Because it wants to go on the bottom. Yeah. So let me get a new plane like this. Reorder. And then place this sketch on the new plane. So now it's up here. And let's try and project that split line again. Does not split the selected faces. That's interesting. It's fully defined, right? I'm sorry, what? There's a tiny gap there? Oh, there we go. And then this. Just try and move it. There we go. Let's try that. The fact that the shading came in is very, very good. Split. And I think it worked that time. It's like getting close, like the. It's getting close to what we like an eggplant almost, but what do I want? You talking about laughing haha John's van? I don't think that was his name, but maybe, I don't know. Back in sophomore year of college. Laughing John. Let's do select. Wait, am I? let me get out of the sketch. Start a new one. Show this old one. And maybe what I'll do is offset. Can I hit me up with that? Or what I might have to do is get out of offset. Select this beforehand, so select chain will bring me that. There we go. Something like that. And let's try another split line. Late nights at Fribley, man. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Fribley was like the kind of the cafeteria at university. Oh my god. Good times though. This is looking it's like an exploding egg. That's what this is. Are you talking about the John that said, "I'll turn this van around if you don't stop messing with my headrest"? I think I know who this is, but let me see if that rings any bells. And we can put polka dots, why not? So let's save. And I'm just gonna assign colors to these faces. Yeah, let's do this. And what now? What now? Can I get the midpoint of this thing with this? That seems to be doing something. Oh no, not that. But the classic headrest massacre. I promise, it's not as horrible as that sounds like, but it was very funny nonetheless. That brings me back. Probably gonna have to put a more severe angle on this. I think I know who this is, by the way, so good to see you, man. Oops. Goofed that. So this is gonna be interesting because I know I can project this with wrap and then scribe like that, but I don't know how this is gonna react if I try to circular pattern this. Features. Oh, don't like that. Oh wait. Why is it doing that? Wrap failed. If you can see my user avid, you will recognize. Hang on, I gotta derail for a sec. Because I see it on my little chat thing, but it's like way too small for me to see. No, it's not giving me a good way. But if I can't find out right now, I'll find out later, and then we'll reconnect. Yeah, I'm being too potato right now. So let's see if I just grab the faces instead. I mean, that seems to be working a lot better. Oh no! It died. Oh, that's so sad. I don't know when's the last time I saved. Oh, that's gross. Ouch. Big oof. Big oof. I mean, Alright, it seems that I just lost the initial wrap, so not too bad. So I kept saving, which is good. We'll try it again. One more time. Let me show. What now? Select midpoint, that's what I want. I was distracted by something. Oh yeah, helping me out. Oh, I'll take a look in a sec. He's an old friend. Not much I know for sure. Why did I make these so big? Jesus. Alright, so let's exit, save, wrap, this, scribe, this, boink, save, circular pattern, this, face. I wonder if this is reproducible, so we'll find out here in a sec. Maybe not that much. 6. That's a reproducible crash. It's literally the exact same thing. I do have an idea though. So we can't go through it like that, and I do like the way those dots look. So let's try this instead. I offset a surface with 0. That'll enable me to copy these. Right. I wonder if now, hopefully, should be able to circular pattern about this, bodies, so I want 6, get something like this, to split up the face. I'm thinking maybe I can get a 3D sketch. Can I convert these? That's a question. I can. Convert. Alright, I don't know how this is gonna work. What am I doing? Can I give this to split line? Intersection between this and nope, it doesn't like it. That's kind of stinky. Unless let's try trim. Nah, that isn't working. Hang on, let me close my door. Alright. Back at it. So now where do we want to go from here? This is a problem. something you can try here. So let's go before that. Show the surface bodies. Let's thicken each of these just by a little bit. Can I thicken both? That'd be kind of sick. No. Oh yeah, don't worry about it, dude. I'll look at it later. Just sit back and relax. Enjoy the stream. So that. Okay, so we have that. That's pattern. This fails, but that's okay. Like that. And let's try a combine. Subtract this. All of these. So that should just leave little dimples now. So honestly, I could even leave it like that, but I'll try one more step to clean it up a little bit. What now? What now? Delete face. Let's do delete and fill. This thinks I have to click each dot, but that's okay. There's not too many. Yeah, if there were a lot more, I would have just left it like this. So delete and fill should just be able to patch those over. Oh, I need a tangent fill. This is a very complicated egg. I think I'm just gonna put like a stripe across the center and call it a day. There we go. Save. Nothing that can't be done without a little ingenuity, you know? Or me just, or really it's just me just kind of clawing my way through little by little. Let's check my Discord. I didn't know I have the famous Matt the Cat in my stream. It's amazing. It's good to hear from you, man. Yeah, a lot of great stories from back in university. He's one of my friends. I hear a doggy. It's my doggy. Let's get this centered. Let's grab this, it's like midpoint. And oh, why can't I get a midpoint of this? There we go. Midpoint. Midpoint of that in the same place, please. Then let's get the midpoints of these. And then now I should be able to just do that. I like the way that looks. And then this. Ingenuity equals engineer. I don't know if I call what's going on here ingenuity or engineering, but it's fun either way. Appreciate it though, Moose. Let's get another split line and we'll call it a day. Okay. And now let's get some appearances. everything's like an explosion. It's exploding egg. I might turn delete face there, but I kind of want a purple. There's no purple by default, but I can just put blue and just, you know, make it into like purple. This is a wild egg. Very very chaotic egg. Okay, that looks kind of gross. I don't know if I like that. That is really funny though. I don't know what to make of this. Like a kingly egg. Honestly, it just looks like a Yoshi egg from like Mario with like a thing on it, like a hat or something like that. Maybe I just soften some of this red, because instead of having like intense red, if I turn that, I can go like that. Turn that to HSV, and then we can keep. Yeah, I'm not a very good decorator, as is very obvious for how I set up my egg here. It's an egg, I guess. Oops. View, display, tangent removed. And real view not really making much of a difference here. Or maybe I should just have it to like my channel colors. I like the chaos, I'll be honest with you, but Sebastian asking, what is the main difference in using wrap command in a surface versus split line projection? Great question. One of them is strictly a projection. So, you know, with these circles, you know, I did this with the wrap command, right? If I go back here, I did the original ones with wrap. So wrap actually preserves the curve length on the surface. So this edge should be very close to the original length of the circumference of this circle. So wrap does all those calculations for you. Where a split line, it just says, how does it look like, you know, just looking straight on? So it would actually project more of an oval because it's on a curved surface, right? And that's the main difference with that. So for a more accurate, you know, mapping of a shape on a surface, you want to use wrap. If you don't care all that much, you know, and just want to project, split line will do the deal. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make this a virtual flat egg. Brown Mink, hello. Almost missed the stream, though it looks like you are essentially done. Hey, I mean, you're getting to the part here. And actually, you know, if it makes you feel any better, I will put you in the inaugural egg, because yeah, I put the names of all my chat members in this egg for future generations to discover. But let me first fix the colors of this egg a little bit. Oh, it's the delete face, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Oh, that kind of looks cool. It's like a very electric blue. Promise I'll stop messing with it eventually. Reminds me of like a Chow egg from like the Sonic series, if you've ever seen that. I'll just leave it like this. Like, hey, there's an Easter egg. It looks, and those are kind of the Easter colors, I guess. But yeah, if you break this open, the Easter egg has an actual Easter egg. So I know a couple more people commented on here. Ah, Brandon, my dude. Thank you for the 9er. That's so nice of you. You didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate it. You're awesome, dude. Your Discord mate. Oh, you're Matrix. By the way, dude, here, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. So while that rebuilds, or let me get into this one. So let me open up the sketch. Yeah, let me add the names because it's gonna take a second to rebuild. But yeah, Matrix, you're in there. And you can see I put the YouTube algorithm as well as my FBI agent that always watches all of my stuff because he's contractually obligated to do so. Yeah, and I'm just gonna use this. Anything else? I think that's all. I think that's all the new peeps in here. Probably have to turn this down yet another notch, but yeah, you made it just in time, Matrix. So while that calculates, it's gonna take a second. So here, I'll show you this. God, where did I put this window? There we are. So I know you put these CAD you put these CAD exercises in here. If you want to put these in yourself, just so if you want to have it under your name, I'll just delete my messages here. But what I did here was I created a new channel called CAD Exercise Library. The point being, we can have all the CAD exercises on, one channel, so someone who's like studying can go and really go through the gauntlet and prepare and practice with their CAD skills. So, you posted that, and that got me thinking, and I think this will be a good idea. So if you want to post that again under yourself, I'll take mine out, and you can have all the credit for finding those. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I think my egg is about done at this point. I think I'm gonna end the. I think I'm gonna leave this as is. I kind of like these colors. Oh wow, that's cool. It's fine. All right, it's all good. If you find anything else, just throw it in there. We're gonna have a nice little library going on. We just want people to be able to join and then immediately, find all the stuff they need, getting their value. So I don't know if I want to render this. I might just do a high resolution screenshot on my 4K screen, which I won't be able to show you because my 4K stream is, my computer would die if I tried to get OBS to stream there, so I'll probably do that off camera. But I think I'm just going to leave it as is. I think that's going to be it for CAD model today, number 511. So, yeah, I think that's all there is for the stream. So if you haven't entered the giveaway for the Certified Professionals credit for SolidWorks, link is in the description. That's still ongoing. I still have yet to draw the winners, so there's still time. So be sure to do that. Again, if you want the Discord, here I'll post the link one more time. You can join the Discord through this link here, and if you need my other social medias, that's right there. Yeah, and with that, Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting. And thank you especially to these guys for sticking it out with me and just being there. So, I'll see you next stream. Bye now.
You must think first, before you move. My lord, a handsome sword.
Perfect.